Hi Libras and welcome to this Psychic Love Detective series. This is a forensic tarot reading, so please stay here because the things that are going to come out are absolutely amazing. Now, remember please that this is a timeless reading and it's part of an ongoing series. So you can arrive whenever it feels right for you. There is no rush and nothing you need to do apart from the fact that I would strongly recommend for you to take 1 second and go and read in the comment section down below the pinned comment, because that will explain to you exactly how to approach and how to use this reading to get the best out of it. Now, you will also find other series on this channel should you feel drawn to explore them. Now, another thing that is very important to remember is the fact that you can use this series for an ex, or if you're married to somebody for 20 years and all in between. And 90% of the new series are all the same as well. So you've got plenty there. Now, without further ado, and we are going to let the cards speak instead of me doing it. We are going to start with the wisdom of the oracle. And we'll see now which kind of energy does your person has towards you and the connection. So let's have a look. I really love doing this series. So, oh, chop wood. Now, this is very interesting. Very interesting indeed, because it could mean so much, even though it's so drastic. In the way, it could be that this person has decided, for whatever reason, in this moment in time that you are listening to the reading, to leave the connection, the relationship. But please wait, because it could be completely different. It could be that if there was some problems in the relationship between the two of you, to chop out everything that wasn't working and then work with you to make it, revive it and make it work. Excuse me, the repetition of the word. Or even if there was problems from the outside of the relationship, so families and colleagues, friends, anything that was really becoming heavy on the relationship per se, they have decided to chop it off and just to be with you and to work with you, okay, to keep the relationship healthy. So it could mean, a lot of things. And that's why I said, don't immediately click off if you feel, the fear that this person is going to leave. What we are going to see now, it's the main part of the reading, and it will give us a lot more information, of course. And as I said, it's a forensic tarot reading. We are going so deep, okay? Now, while I shuffle, let's remind ourselves what is the title of this reading. And it's Case File 1, Unmasking Their Hidden Feelings. So, what emotions are they hiding most strongly from you right now? And here we have got the Four of Pentacles. This person is closed off. For whatever reason, there is something that they're keeping hiding so strongly from you right now that even here, they're still holding on to it. There is something that they're not letting know, I believe, not even to themselves completely. What I mean by that, there is something that they hold from you, but that, first of all, there is a sense of feeling safe for some reason. Did this person do something? Was this person I could be unfaithful or disloyal to you? Because remember that being disloyal doesn't always mean cheating, could mean a lot of things. Or is this person feeling so strongly for you that they are not revealing it until the situation is sorted, whatever situation is, maybe from the outside, maybe difference in age, maybe people talking to them. I'm not too sure, because this is another card of holding in. So from a question, which emotion are they hiding? And we've got another hiding card. Now it's very, very interesting. Now let's keep going. What part of their feelings do they refuse to acknowledge? We are going to dig deep now and see. So here there is a conflict. The part of their feelings that they refuse to acknowledge is something that creates an inner conflict with them, and more than likely an outer conflict as well. I don't know if somebody whispered something in their ears. This person is very cryptic. Now, if this was a personal reading, I would have, I would go full blazing in going as deep as I can. Now, this is a general reading, so there is no point of me going deep, 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 because for each one of you, the situation is different. But you would know if your person is very cryptic at the moment that you are listening to this reading. So the feelings that they are refusing to acknowledge to themselves is there is an conflict, an inner conflict. But I sense that the inner conflict is due from outside, comes from the outside, somebody saying something to them, somebody putting a question mark in their head about you, about the connection, for whatever reason. What do they feel when they think of you that they don't show? And here we've got the lovers. They need to make a decision. Again, there is a decision that they need to make. They're very secretive. They're very conflicted inside. Some people pushing them on one direction, other people pushing them on the next direction. And they know that they need to make a decision when they look at you. I sense that there is love here, but this person also take a lot of heed to what goes on the outside of the relationship for what the relationship is concerned. What is the emotional truth behind their silence or distance? And here is the Two of Cups. Now, does this person has another relationship? Is this person in another relationship? Libra, I am sensing here that there could be another relationship. Now, this could also be, okay, I'm just giving you an example, depending from the culture that you're from. If your person gives a lot of importance to what their mother, their father, their siblings, their cousin are saying, this is the reason. Because you see, soulmates, it's not always and only about loving relationship or romantic relationship. This could also be that when they go silent or distance, or you feel them distant from you even though they're next to you, it could be that they're thinking about what their other type of soulmates are telling them. Maybe the family is against this relationship, and so on and so forth. It's very complicated. Now, what longing or desire have they tried to suppress? And here is the Hermit. I think that this person needs to be on their own for a little bit. Not only from, to get a disconnection. That doesn't mean that they've got to break up the relationship if you're in a relationship. No, just to take a moment and a space where they can retreat and go within with the Hermit and look for the answers that they're looking for. There is no point of them being bombarded on the outside, maybe by your presence, even though it could be very benevolent. Please, and maybe you are not telling them what to do and all of that, but just the pure presence would make them feel in a certain way. And then everything from the outside bombarding them. Some people say, go for it, or stay, or no, don't forget it, and break up and all of that. They need to go within. Okay, that is what they're trying to suppress. Maybe they cannot do that. Maybe they cannot retreat. But this is what they're longing for. They need peace. Okay, now what fear prevents them from expressing how they feel? And here we've got the Knight of Cups. They are afraid that someone else will come along, Libra. They're afraid that if they express that they need a bit of time, that there is all of this noise around, that, it's really hard for them, for whatever. Now, this decision, this conflict that they feel inside themselves, yes, it could be about staying with you or making it real or whatever you want. It doesn't really matter the decision. But it also means that this person is very much in love with you. I don't say that this person doesn't love you. And it's not only being drastic and completely sever the relationship. More than likely is how to work at the relationship so that then they could go back to whoever is making all this noise from the outside and tell them, oh, okay, I made my decision because of this, and this reasons. But how are they going to find the answers so that they can give the reasons to whoever it is if they can't go within? At the same time, the fear that prevents them from expressing all of this is because if they spoke to you and told you about what they're feeling, what they're going through, the need that they have to go in hermit mode, they are terrified that someone else will come along and sweep you off your feet. And that is, if you look at it from a higher perspective, this person loves you. Otherwise, there wouldn't be that fear. And also, they know the catch that you are. I know it's horrible to say a catch. It's, please forgive me, but English is not my first language, and sometimes things comes out that way. But let's see the last answer, excuse me. And it's, what hidden feeling is finally ready to surface in this connection? And here we have got the Seven of Swords. I strongly sense with the Seven of Swords that this person will take the time that they need to understand what is going on, to find the answers, and then whatever they decide to do. Up until now, they try to suppress this, going within and being left alone to decide and to make up their mind, or whatever it is that I explained before. There is no point of me going on again about it. But at a certain point, they're like a pressure cooker. The pressure from within is going to break the pot and make the top flow out. And this person is going to take the time. They are going to remove themselves from, I sense for a bit, from everything and everybody. This person is very stressed now. Please remember, I'm not taking anybody's side. I don't know the situation. I can only read the energy. Okay? So Libra, this is your reading. And if you feel like sharing how this reading felt for you, what it resonated, what it didn't, and maybe share a bit of your own personal circumstances, if you wish, of course, only, I would be more than happy, to read your comments and, to give a comment myself. Now, I'm going to leave this reading here. I would strongly suggest for you to take a little time to sit with what came through and allow it to unfold in its own way. If you feel drawn to explore more, you can find other episodes from this series as well as other series on this channel. Whenever you're ready, they're there. As I said, they're timeless. And if this reading spoke to you and you would like to stay connected, you're very welcome to like or subscribe or subscribe. It really does help this work continue. So thank you so very much, Libra, for being here, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.